Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J. Gaming on the mic here, coming at you guys with a brand new episode of the ACSA Dynasty here on Maximum Football 2020. We have 4 games for you guys here today as we wrap up week 2 here in the second season of the ACSA. So make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe. You have to be brand new and like what you happen to see as well. As our first game of the day is going to take us to the 18th ranked Chattanooga Tech Fighting Bass, and we have the George Fox Bruins, who already do have a top 25 win on their resume here in season 2. We're going to find out, man, if George Fox could potentially be that team, if these Bruins can be that second squad to go and challenge Lake Ozago for the Rocky Mountain Conference Championship. Lake Ozago, one of the best teams in the country, but the Rocky Mountain certainly lacking teams that are willing to go to bowl games. Only had one bowl eligible team. Can the Bruins make their first bowl appearance this season? You know, a game like this would really help the resume out, getting a top 25 opponent here at home. Under the lights as well, as Jordan Trigg's going to actually try to scramble out of the pocket, but a holding is called on the Bruins. So gotta go first and long. Trigg going over middle. Keenan behind. Going downfield, he's making some moves, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. First drive of the game, not wasting any time whatsoever, as the Bruins are actually going to be the team to strike first here, man. A 7-point lead, as now Chattanooga Tech are going to have to try to respond here. Johnson able to pick up a first down as well for the Fighting Bass, as the Hennessy almost got some to midfield already. Hennessy going to try to throw towards the corner. It's picked up by right down the sideline. He's pushed down at the 25-yard line, and while it did not turn to a touchdown, they actually went free and out on the next drive. Matter of fact, they were still able to turn that into points. So the Bruins off to a very fast start here, man. As we are here, they have a 10-0 lead, but Chattanooga Tech, they're not going to sit on their morals for too long as we jump into the second quarter now. Hennessy finally getting to the end zone, finds Lawson wide butt naked open. That's going to be good for the touchdown, and the Fighting Bass will end up going ahead and picking up their first points in this game. We'll see if the Bruins can have some kind of response here, as we do have a holding penalty once again. So already a second holding for the Bruins, as they'll throw it to the left-hand side. It's intercepted too. Morton making a play on the ball, and we have a huge turnover for the Fighting Bass right there, as Hennessy looking to take their first lead of the game, and just a handful of yards away from being able to do just that, as we have another penalty on the Bruins, already with their third accepted penalty here in this half, as they're making it a lot easier for Chattanooga Tech to go ahead and march down this field. And now it's a goal line situation. Granted, it's 3rd and goal, as Hennessy will look to try to move things around. Gets it out to Johnson, but he's tackled before he's able to reach the end zone, and we got ourselves a 4th and goal. We're going to try to punch it in with Dotson, the fullback. Fullback you, baby. Making a name for itself in the Fighting Bass. They take the lead right back. So while these Bruins were off to a fast start, we're maybe seeing a little bit of the talent disparity, as ever since Chattanooga Tech, they've gone on a 14-0 run. Although these kids are certainly not going to give up. They beat the number 15 team in the nation last week, so if they can do it again, as they try to throw out to the right-hand side, it is going to be incomplete. Is now 3rd and 10 coming up here. Trigg dropping back the pass. He's moving around. Somehow gets rid of that ball and gets it to Williams. What a play. Touchdown, Bruins. And what an emphatic way to take the lead right there. And the Bruins back up on top now, 17-14. as we get into the home stretch of this game a little bit now, going late into the third quarter. And the Bruins still have a lead, but the Fighting Bass are driving. They're down the middle of the field now. Johnson, he makes a nice open field catch as well, picking up the first down just outside the 25-yard line. As Hennessy will drop back again, going to throw over to the right-hand side. Had a man for a split second, but again, it's going to be incomplete. So now, 3rd and 11. Hennessy dropping back some more, throwing over the middle, finds Brunson. He's able to get it going for a few more yards right there. And Fighting Bass, they settle for a field goal. They did not end up picking up that first down. And we are here, man. Things are still all tied up at 17 apiece. As now, here we go. We get into crunch time here. The Bruins, less than 5 minutes left to go. They play this right. They can get some points on the board without leaving too much time for the Fighting Bass. But you will want to try to end it here in regulation. You do not want to go to overtime when you are the underdog. Just don't want to extend it. You know, I'm sure they're thinking about that down on the sideline as well. As we're approaching the 3-minute mark, Trigg dropping back to pass some more. Facing pressure. Gonna have to try to get out of there, and somehow Houdini's his way out of the pocket for a 7-yard gain on the play. Is now 3rd and short coming. Trigg dropping back. He's looking around. Going to scramble out some more. Picking up the first down as well. Moving the chains for the Bruins. And keeping that offensive Chattanooga Tech on the sideline. As there's less than 2 minutes left now. Trigg looking for a big play. Doesn't see anybody open up field though. And a 5-yard gain on the play. So another 3rd down coming up for the Bruins. It's now 3rd and 5. Trigg going to go ahead. Spin cycle, and it's a first down for the Bruins. George, Fox, Eugene. Now, 7 seconds left. They're going to go for it all here. Trigg towards the end zone. Has a man. Touchdown, Briggs. And with 2 seconds left, all the Bruins have to do is not allow a kick return for a touchdown. And the Bruins are going to pull their second upset of the season. A second top 25 victory just secured. And George Fox Eugene to start off this episode, man, pulling off the upset on the number 18 ranked team in the nation, the Bruins, improving to 2-0 after winning this game by a final score of 24-17. What a way to start things out, man. You love to see it. So now we get into the second game of this episode, and here we have the southeastern coast of Florida going on the road to play against the Tulsa Christian Pioneers. Pioneers are off to a surprising 1-0 start, whereas the Piranhas actually lost their home opener, but they actually got a little bit more grace this time around. They did not fall out of the top 25, unlike Central Georgia A&M when they lose their home opener back in Season 1. So now here's southern coast of Florida. They're ranked 24th in the nation, and they really need to get back on track. They cannot afford to go 0-2. It's just something that you can't do, considering this was a team with some expectations. A team that finished 10-2, went to a conference championship game, and on top of that, also won a major bowl game, and things aren't starting off too well either. The Piranhas allowing a touchdown on their opening drive. So Tulsa Christian up 7-0 right here, as Beck looking to get things back on track, as last week it was the offense that was doing them dirty. They just could not find any rhythm in the simulation. So now Beck throwing the right hand side, gets it to Pierre. Pierre got some space to work with, and this is exactly what they needed. Gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Piranhas! And the southeastern coast of Florida, they needed that play right there to find their mojo, their longest play of the season right there. And that's how they tie this ball game right back up, as they do force a free now on the next drive on those Tulsa Christian Pioneers offense. So now the Piranhas, they have an opportunity for the first time this season, matter of fact, to go ahead and take the lead. Let's see if they can take advantage of it right here or not. As now we got 2nd and long coming up. Beck dropping back to pass. He's looking around. Gonna try to throw it over the middle. I'm not sure he was trying to throw it to. Might have overthrown his man. So now 3rd and long here. Gotta make a play. Beck finds an open Pierre, who was down the sideline but could not keep himself in bounds. There was some more yards waiting for him if he could have just hit the 10 toes down moving, but instead gotta wait till a little bit later to potentially get into the end zone. Thought that was going to be the score right there. It looked good. It's now 3rd and 10. Beck going over the middle, gets it to Hudson, and he gets upfield for a huge game as well. Inside the 5. The Piranhas on the move, looking to score right here. Beck open in the end zone, finds Lee. Touchdown, Piranhas. In the southeastern coast of Florida, they do indeed have their very first lead of the season. And the team is starting to find its momentum now as we see the confidence that they had back in Season 1 now really starting to take full effect as Ronald Beck, he's going to go ahead and pitch it out to Mars, who has that little sidestep that's really popular in NCAA 14. And gets a few extra yards as a result of that. So they're actually going to go back to Mars, and he gets an even bigger gain, taking it right out to the outside for a nice gain. It's now 3rd and 5 once more. Beck going up the middle, finds Mars, and Mars picks up the first down here once again. Southeastern Coast, they got that rhythm, baby. You love to see it. As Beck will look to throw again, this time on a 2nd and 12. Finds Pierre. He's got 1 touchdown. He almost had a second. He was just a couple yards away. The 1-yard line monster made famous by GG9. Ate him up at the goal line, but no problems here. Get it out to the halfback Lee, who leaks out and gets his 2nd score of the day. And the Piranhas got that 2-score lead as we go into the second half, and they continue to seize even more momentum, even completing a very contested pass. He definitely had some wide open guys, but definitely chose the hardest option. Did not kill them though, still got the completion. I don't know how though, don't ask me. It's now 1st and 10. Beck dropping back, he's looking around, gonna throw over the middle, finds Daniels, and gets across to the 40-yard line as well. 1st and 10 coming up here. As Beck will continue to go up the middle. Tries to get to Mars again, but this time that defensive line was ready for it. They blew it up. And now 2nd and long now. Beck trying to throw for it so they can get some more yardage back, but instead having to scramble. And while it was a positive gain, still a 3rd and long coming up for the Piranhas. As now Beck will go ahead, run up the middle to Mars again. Another 1st down here as the Piranhas are on the move now inside the 30. 2nd and 7 now. Beck going over to Pierre, and he got the ball broken up. And another 3rd and long. It was been an insanely long drive as Beck will go ahead, hand it off to Mars. He is short, matter of fact, so the Piranhas do settle for a field goal. And what a shame as well, as this was one of those things where they really had a methodical drive. It was a 15-play drive, and it all resulted in 3 points. But none to worry about. First play on the next possession for the Piranhas. Hudson gets wide butt naked open. He gets another score as well. And it really opening things up. Southeastern Coast cruising to an easy victory this time around, winning by a final score of 34-7. Let's see if this is enough to keep them in the ACSA top 25 when that poll is released tomorrow. As now we'll keep things in the Atlantic Shore Conference for right now, as we got a real good matchup for you guys. 12th ranked Herbert Hoover, Old Glory, taking on the Beckett Ridge Farmers. We had a little bit of a disappointing season back in Season 1. I thought they were personally going to be a squad that was going to compete for the National Athletic Conference Championship, but that just didn't happen, man. They kind of stalled out. They had losses in non-conference play to Amazon as well as Ridgewood, which turned out to be a pretty trash football team, as I come to find out, at least in terms of Ridgewood. Sorry for any Ridgewood fans that are watching this right now. And speaking of which, Bishop down the middle of the field, touchdown, Old Glory. And what a play to start things off here. Only 1 minute in. And yeah, man, that's kind of been the problem for Beckett Ridge. They do okay in the simulation, but whenever we try to, get them in a game and show them here on the channel, they usually do not do very well whatsoever. As Power looking to run it upfield, picking up a first down as well. Channeling that inner Kanye West, the song Power, as Chris powers through to a nice gain. Is now 1st and 10, going over the middle, finds Davis. Davis with a huge play right over the middle, wide open too. You gotta love the play design there for the Farmers, as now they are in striking distance of tying this game immediately. That would be a great way for this Farmers team to start this game out, as they go to Sims once again. He picks up the first down, although running room was a little bit harder to get through this time around, as Power again will be dropping back. He's got a clean pocket, but pressure starts to come though, and has to get out of the pocket. And it's basically 3rd and goal now. The first down markers are at the 1 yard line, but don't even need it. Flutie is able to get in for a touchdown as well, and Beckett Ridge ties things up. And we see Beckett Ridge, they're playing a little bit better this time around. Gotta give it to them. They were just blown out of the water last year when we saw them play against Amazon, and they just disappointed at home when they played Ridgewood back literally this week, back in season 1. It might be literally the 5th or 6th episode of this series, but right now Beckett Ridge, man, they're doing a pretty good job right now, doing what they need to do. As Power somehow gets a great scramble going, but it's going to be brought back because of a holding penalty. That man literally had a Houdini out of the pocket, and that's how he was rewarded a 10-yard penalty. So now got to work even harder to pick up a first down, especially after that incompletion. Only got 2 downs to do it. I imagine they won't go for it on 4th down, at least on their own side of the football field, or at least I would like to think that, as Mason going ahead and picking up a first down here as well. Huge play, by the way, as Hayes desperately needed that for sure. This Herbert Hoover offense, they can definitely put some points on the board as well, and has a pretty good defense to complement it as well. We saw that, in the bowl games that they play, as well as, when they played against Warwick. They gave Warwick a pretty good fight back in season 1, but if you can get a multi-possession lead and, get them, off their rhythm, throw them off, having to do a different style of play, Beckett Ridge could have a chance, man. They can pull off, the second upset of this episode. And speaking of which, Power gets loose. It had 1 man left to beat, but that 1 man does tackle him. So for now, the touchdown is saved. But for how long? Oh, it's incomplete. I thought that was going to be a touchdown right there, but instead we got 2nd and goal now. Power looking around. He's got a man open. Gonna get it to him. What a shot. Touchdown, Beckett Ridge. What a play. He had to climb up to the heavens, getting every piece of the ladder in order to go ahead and get that touchdown. And Beckett Ridge, man, 21-7. Are we going to see multiple upsets in one episode? Man, that would be insane to watch. As we throw over the middle, it's intercepted. Floyd gets the pick. And while they couldn't move the ball, they still get a field goal. Beckett Ridge, man, taking care of business in the first half. They're up 24-7. And Herbert Hoover, man, meanwhile, these Old Glory football players, they definitely need a spark here. Bishop, who already has a receiving touchdown, though, might be able to go ahead and give them the spark that they desperately need. Touchdown, Glory! Now with a kick return for a touchdown as well. Here we go. You love to see it. And now here it is. Beckett Ridge, how will they respond to that? Campbell could have a score of his own. He is the little man that could. Touchdown, Beckett Ridge. And we're not even done with halftime yet. We got another touchdown, Bay. Woo! So we go into the second half now. And the Old Glory got their work cut out for them for sure. As we got a 2nd and 10 coming up now. As now here we go. 2nd and 10. Marcus dropping back. Facing pressure. Gonna be hit as he's thrown. Finds Fajita. Oh my goodness gracious. That is an NFL caliber throw. Being able to hit your man on stride as you're getting hit. But then the Old Glory are going to go for 2 as well. And they won't be able to get it. So, again, I don't know why they did it. But they did decide to go for the 2-point conversion. And it not good. So, not only if they just went for the extra point, they would just had to do a field goal and a regular touchdown. But now, you got to go for the 2-point conversion again. And, all that could have just been avoided if you just kick the extra point. I don't know what to tell you, man. But Herbert Hoover, they're looking like they're starting to mount a comeback here a little bit. As JC Marcus and company has the football once again. Getting it out to Anderson, too. Who gets it inside the 5-yard line as well. First down for the Old Glory. Is now 2nd and goal. Willis trying to punch it in and does just that. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover. And they will decide to go for 2 right now to try to make this a field goal game. JC Marcus, though, trying to punch it in and can't get in himself. So 2 consecutive 2-point conversions, not good. But they do narrow this lead down. And after a field goal, they're only down by 2 points. Remember, this was a team that was down 31-14 at some point. But ever since we got into halftime break, we have a 12-0 run by the Old Glory. So we'll see if Beckett Ridge can hold them off for the remainder of this game. As a play like this would help Mason somehow get away from the defenders. Touchdown, Beckett Ridge. Another score here, man. And it's back to a 2-possession game as a result of that. And the Old Glory, man. So they give up a big touchdown in response to the run. Can they keep their offensive momentum going? They have scored on the last 3 possessions. And it could be 4 in a row. JC Marcus, he's at the 5. Touchdown, Old Glory. JC Marcus refuses to quit. And they're just down by a field goal. But look at this. They're going to go for 2. Maybe 3rd time is the charm, though. Throwing it towards the end zone. Finds Willis. And that 2-point conversion is good. And here we go. 1-point game. And only essentially 1 quarter left to play as well. And that's going to be end the 3rd. Beckett Ridge holding on to that 1-point lead. This next drive for the Farmers is going to potentially be huge right here. They got to come away with some points once again. I don't think 38 is going to be enough. So we got to get another score on the board for sure. Regardless of whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. But do they have enough in the tank in order to go ahead and get it done? A 2nd and 3, Power. Dropping back to pass. He's looking around. Going to be able to scramble some more. He's down the sideline. And he's going to be finally brought down from behind. Inside the 35-yard line. As now here we go. 1st and 10 again. Power dropping back. Going to throw to the left-hand side this time. Finds Horton. Who did not hear a who. First down for the Farmers. And a 1st and goal waiting as well. Trying to punch it in and does so with Davis. The Farmers of Beckett Ridge extend the lead back. Now they do decide to just go for the extra point. So it is an 8-point game. So Herbert Hoover, they're still in a position though. They can tie this game. But they got to go for the 2-point conversion and be successful. They're only 1 for 3 on that so far here today. As Bishop trying to change that now, trying to score. He's brought down from behind. As now, 1st and 10 again. Marcus trying to throw to the right-hand side. It is sadly incomplete. He did have his man though. As now, 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Marcus dropping back, throwing over the middle, but nobody was home. However, as a 3rd and 10 waiting the old glory. Marcus looking, gonna try to throw it. It's picked off the deflection, and that's going to seal it. Beckett Ridge hangs on and improves to 2-0, defeating Herbert Hoover by a final score of 45-37. So after a crazy game between Beckett Ridge and Herbert Hoover, we'll now take a quick peek around the ACSA real quick before we get into our final game of Week 2, which features the Lebanon Aviators taking on the Alfred Tech Bulls from the National Athletic Conference. One notable game that ended up happening is Delaware at Kent. Man, they lose their home opener, but man, did they get some revenge here today. They defeat the Maui Piranhas in Hawaii 58-3. You want to talk about putting up a hurting? That would certainly be it right there. In other news, we have a massive upset that has recently been completed as well. The Vienna Patriots defeat the #1 team in the nation in the Warwick Rebels. The Patriots win an ugly game, winning by a final score of 9-3. What an upset, and I would not be shocked if the Vienna Patriots get into the top 25 as a result of this game right here. With that being said, let's now go ahead and get into our last game of Week 2, which features the Lebanon Aviators and the Alfred Tech Bulls. Once again, guys, if you are enjoying the content here, do me a favor and please smash that like button, hit subscribe. You have to be brand new and like what you see as well. On top of that, leave me a comment in the comment section, man, because I do try to read and respond all the comments here on the channel. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So for the final game of today's episode, we have the Alfred Tech Bulls playing host to the Lebanon Aviators from the Atlantic Shore Conference. Alfred Tech, they are going to go ahead and make their very first appearance in the ACSA Top 25. So this is their first appearance as a Top 25 team. We'll see how they handle that pressure. Granted, this was a team that finished strong back in Season 1, winning their conference championship game as well as winning the PX1 Sports Bowl, but you don't want to see this. Lebanon off to a fast start already in the end zone, and I hardly had time getting in my chair for this game, and they already got some points on the board. How's Alfred Tech going to respond though? They did get some nice field position after a muff punt, as Ford going to take one upfield, get to the Yoting, and Yoting's also going to be gone. So the response was swift, and Alfred Tech goes ahead and tie this ball game right back up. And now we got ourselves a tied ball game, 7 apiece, as we go into the second quarter now. Some quick scoring at first, but things have calmed down a little bit as both teams have been trading punches here in general, as we still have a tied ball game. Here is Lebanon trying to get something going here to begin the second quarter of play, and as the quarterback Anthony able to pick up the first down. As now, a couple plays later now, Anthony going to go ahead and scramble out to that left-hand side and picks up a few yards as well, a 5-yard gain on the play, making it 3rd and short coming up for the Aviators as they're trying to fly their way down the field, but they're taking a more methodical approach, going to the ground game just a little bit more, as Anthony looking to throw once again, throwing it downfield, but it is incomplete though. So now here comes another second down. As of now, 3rd and 4, Grimes going to go ahead, run this thing right up the middle, and picks up another first down in the process. Aviators now in Alfred Tech territory. As Anthony looking to throw again, had the play, but it's incomplete though. He actually dropped it. You hate to see it. is now 2nd and 10. 5 wide out set, thrown over in the middle to Dashell. And Dashell picking up some decent yards as well. So another 3rd down coming up for Lebanon, as Anthony will look to try to pick up the 1st down on the ground as well, and will successfully do so with Mike Taylor, number 26. As they get to the 32-yard line, they have a new set of chains to go ahead and work with now as they throw to that left-hand side. That is incomplete, though. As now we got 2nd and 10 coming up. Anthony in the shotgun. Going to drop back to Paso. Going to throw out to the right-hand side. Gets to Salisa. And he gets some decent yards as well. But now another reasonable 3rd and manageable. 5 yards they need to pick up in order to keep the drive going, as Lee had the 1st down but dropped it. Ball was jarred loose at the very last second, and the Aviators had to go ahead and settle for a field goal. With that being said, though, they still have the lead and are leading the number 22 team in the nation now. We have already seen 2 upsets here in this episode. Are we going to see the underdogs go 3-1 in a single ACSA episode? That would be a sight to behold. We haven't seen underdogs do this well in non-conference play this entire series, and that'll be a welcome change to add to the chaos that is college football. As Xavier Ford gonna go ahead and scramble out of the pocket, gets a great run as well, goes a very long time without even being close to being breathed on, as they are now firm in Lebanon territory. But the Aviators push back, blowing up a run play and bringing them back a few yards. We got 2nd and long now. Xavier Ford looking to drop back, trying to throw it to the left-hand side, but receiver was just not on the same page this time around. As we got 3rd and long coming up, Ford will drop back once again. Gonna go ahead, run upfield, gets lit up like a Christmas tree, and doesn't even reach the 1st down marker. Alfred Tech having to go in and settle for a field goal themselves. As we jump into the 2nd half of play now, things still tied at 10 apiece, but it couldn't last forever. Lebanon takes the lead. What a long pass play they got going here, man. And now 17-10. Lebanon lift the lead again, threatening the number 22 team in the nation. We got ourselves a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. As we get deeper into the 2nd half, Xavier Ford in the shotgun. He's going to drop back, got a clean pocket to work with, and get it to Yelding in order to pick up the 1st down there. Bulls are on the move, trying to tie this thing right back up. As Ford will drop back on a throw short to the right-hand side. Gets it to Wells before getting out of bounds, but also picking up a new set of downs for the Bulls as well. As Xavier Ford looking to make some magic happen on this drive. Has a man, but is overthrown. That would have been an amazing throw if he was able to complete that while on the run. But instead, we got 3rd and long coming up here. Ford gonna have to try to throw it. Gets it out to Grieve, and does the rest of the work to keep the drive alive. 1st and goal coming for Alfred Tech. As now, a couple plays later now, Ford will drop back again, facing pressure, and silly, but finds Lewis on the run. Touchdown, Alfred Tech. And an extra point away from tying this thing up, as they're deciding to go for 2, but there's a penalty on the play. And Steve Wilkins is going to be called for illegal procedure. But they're still deciding to go for 2, and they didn't even change their play at all. So a little bit of a head scratcher trying to go for the quarterback sneak on your 7-yard line for a 2-point conversion that you could just do an extra point once again and it would have just been tied. But instead, Alfred Tech, they find themselves down by 1. Hopefully that's not the absolute difference whether they win or lose this game, as we do see Alfred Tech do get into Lebanon territory. Now they only need a field goal, so let's see if they can actually pick up a field goal or not, as Ford will go ahead and scramble out of the pocket once again and pick up another 1st down as well. Getting across the 35-yard line. Is now got another 1st and 10. Ford will drop back some more. Has a man, but overthrows him again. These overthrows, if they just did a little bit more of a bullet pass, to get it to the receiver. Probably could have been a touchdown, just had to shank that one defender, but, instead going to have to try to throw for the first down here once again, as we have another 3rd and long coming up here for Alfred Tech. As Ford will drop back the pass, does have a clean pocket for a second, but has to run for his life. And Alfred Tech does have to go ahead and settle for another field goal here as well. But that being said, they do at least have the lead to work with here, as we do force it 3 and out on the Aviators. So Xavier Ford and company back in business, throwing it over field. Yo, Nick, what a catch! First down for the Bulls, and they are not fooling around here. Xavier Ford looking to finish this game off for Alfred Tech, trying to be the closer for this football team. But they're stalling in the red zone. Another drive is going to have to end in a field goal. So it's only a 5-point game still. So this game still can go either way, even though Alfred Tech seems like they have a little bit more of the momentum going. But it only takes one play, as you guys seen from that first game between George Fox, Eugene, and Chattanooga Tech, to completely change the game as Dunn makes a huge play. But what do we have here? We have a pass interference, so that's going to give them 15 more yards on top of that, as Lebanon continues to move forward, a 7-yard gain, as they need a touchdown here in order to take the lead, as Delicia going to go ahead and pick up another first down, get into the red zone too in the process. As a couple plays later now, 2nd and 8, going to throw over the middle to Stalicia. Another first down there as well. Lebanon quickly on the move, trying to punch it in. Anthony looking around, going to try to throw it in there, but it's too tight of a hole. Incomplete pass. And now we got 3rd and goal here. You don't want to settle for a field goal this close, as he's hit, as he's thrown, and nearly cost them an interception. Lebanon going to go ahead and run out the field goal team here. So the gap gets narrowed down. 2-point game between the Alfred Tech Bulls and the Lebanon Aviators. Huge drive here for both squads, as if Alfred Tech scores his touchdown, this game will likely be over here. So Lebanon, they force field goals on the last couple of scoring possessions. Can they do it one more time to give this offense one last chance to pull the upset here in Alfred, New York? As we got a first down there. Alfred Tech moving the ball upfield slowly, but also trying to run a little bit of clock to leave as little time as possible in the event that they cannot score a touchdown on this drive. Down the 4:20. Nice. On the clock is Xavier Ford. Going to go ahead and pick up another first down. Somehow finding his way forward to pick up some more yardage in the process. As now we got another 1st and 10 from the 36. Ford dropping back on a throw over the middle. Has a man, but it's incomplete. And that's so huge because it saves time on the clock. And if they don't get this touchdown, man, you're giving more real estate for the visiting team to, to work with and operate. Leaving that door just cracked open a little bit. I would start running the football here a little bit. At least make them use the timeouts a little bit. But they're deciding to do something else. And to be fair, their receivers are open. But Xavier Ford just, for some reason, can't hit them with consistency on this drive. So now 3rd and 11, you actually have to throw it and get to well, I thought he was going to get the completion, but instead it's jarred loose. Alfred Tech gets the field goal, and Lebanon, they have one more chance at this. Throwing over in the middle, gets it to Dunn. First down for Lebanon. As we got less than 3 minutes left now, 1st and 10. Throwing over to Dunn over in the middle. They're going to get another first down. Aviators got no huddle offense to work with here. Although gonna make sure guys are in the right place. They try to throw over the middle. It's caught off the deflection, but he was wearing an Alfred Tech uniform, and they hang on and win this thing. 25-20. in order to improve their record to 2-0 here in Season 2 of the ACSA. With that being said, though, that is going to wrap up today's ACSA episode. Tomorrow night, we'll have a little bit of a preview going into week 3 of the ACSA, where we do have a new top 25 poll to look at, as well as some notable guys in the ACSA that also signed to various teams as well. And then, of course, taking a look at the 10 games that will be shown throughout the course of next week as well. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you have to be brand new to the channel. If you have to be brand new, and also leave a comment for your boy down below as well. Let me know what you think about the action that you saw unfold here today. But in the meantime, though, I hope you guys are all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.